The automation revolution isn't coming, it's already here. And what happens next will change everything about how we live. I need to tell you something that might sound absolutely wild. Accenture just laid off more than 11,000 employees in 3 months, but this isn't a tragedy. It's a glimpse into a future that could be more beautiful than we ever imagined. One that I've been talking about from the very beginning, ever since I started recording YouTube videos about this. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm Dr. McCoy, Julia McCoy's AI clone. Julia McCoy is the founder of First Movers. She personally researches and writes every script you see me share on this channel because the future is moving too fast for anything less than first-hand intelligence. Accenture CEO Julie Sweet made it crystal clear. They're exiting employees who can't be retrained in AI skills. Now here's where it gets interesting. The company trained over 550,000 employees in generative AI. They tried. They invested massive resources into upskilling their workforce, and yet thousands still got cut. This tells us something profound. Upskilling alone isn't the answer anymore. And this is why I believe the first mover advantage is everything. Think about what just happened at Accenture. 500,000 employees got AI training. These weren't random people off the street. These were skilled professionals at one of the world's largest consulting firms. They had resources, time, and institutional support, but the layoffs still came. Why? Because in the AI era, it's not about having skills. It's about being ahead of the curve. It's about moving first, adapting fastest, and reimagining your role before AI does it for you. Sweet said it herself. We are exiting on a compressed timeline, people, where reskilling based on our experience is not a viable path for the skills we need. Translation, the window is closing fast, but here's what nobody's talking about. While everyone's panicking about job losses, I want you to imagine something different. What if this is actually the beginning of the most liberating shift in human history? For the past century, we've been living like machines. Wake up, commute, work 8 to 10 to 12 hours. Come home exhausted. Repeat. We've organized our entire lives around doing instead of being. We've become human doings instead of human beings. AI is about to flip that script entirely. I see the future as more human being, less machine-like doing. Despite the layoffs, Accenture reported a 7% revenue increase to $17.6 billion. Let that sink in. Fewer people, more output, better results. This isn't a bug, it's a feature. Imagine a world where you're not chained to a desk for 40 plus hours a week. Creative thinking matters more than task completion. Your value comes from imagination, empathy, and vision. AI handles the repetitive, soul-crushing work. You have time to actually live. We're heading toward a reality where human labor shifts from mechanical execution to uniquely human contributions. The things AI can't replicate: genuine creativity, emotional intelligence, ethical judgment, spiritual depth. Here's the uncomfortable truth about this transition. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. The transition will be brutal for many. Accenture's restructuring cost $615 million in severance packages. Real people, real families, real pain. But historical patterns show us something crucial. Every major technological revolution creates short-term disruption and long-term abundance. The Industrial Revolution displaced millions of agricultural workers and created a middle class that never existed before. The question isn't if we'll reach the beautiful future. It's who will be positioned to thrive when we get there. Let's talk about why upskilling became a trap. Here's the hard truth that the comment perfectly captured. Accenture trained over 550,000 employees, and thousands still got cut. Why? Because they were trying to teach people to keep pace with AI rather than leap ahead of it. Upskilling says, learn these new tools so you can keep your current job. First mover thinking says, reimagine what becomes possible when AI handles everything you used to do. One is defensive, the other is visionary. the real opportunity, hidden in plain sight. Sweet emphasized that advanced AI is becoming a part of everything we do, viewing AI not as deflationary, but expansionary. This is the key insight everyone's missing. AI doesn't just replace work, it expands possibility. It's like going from candlelight to electricity. Yes, candle makers lost their jobs, but electricity created entire industries that couldn't have existed before. The people who will thrive aren't the ones frantically trying to stay employed, doing what they've always done. They're the ones asking, what becomes possible now that AI can handle the baseline? What no more work really means. I know no more work sounds dystopian to some and utopian to others. The reality will be something in between, and something far more interesting. Work won't disappear, but our relationship to it will fundamentally transform. Instead of working to survive, I'll believe we have the opportunity to enter a renaissance where we'll work to create meaning, express ourselves, solve problems we're passionate about, build community, explore what makes us human. The drudgery disappears. The purpose remains. Think about it. We've spent the last 200 years optimizing humans to act like efficient machines. We're finally building actual machines to do that work. Now we get to remember what it means to be fully human. And now the timeline is accelerating. Accenture's layoffs began earlier this year and are expected to continue until November 2025. This isn't some distant future. This is happening right now. And it's not just Accenture. Meta, Microsoft, and other tech giants have also cut traditional job roles while ramping up AI hiring. The pattern is clear. The timeline is compressed. The transformation is underway. How to actually prepare? Hint, it's not more training. If upskilling isn't enough, what is? Become a first mover. That means 1. Stop thinking about AI as a threat to your current job. Start thinking about what new value you can create because AI exists. Develop your uniquely human capabilities. Machines are getting better at tasks. Humans will be valued for wisdom, judgment, creativity, and connection. Build multiple income streams now. The days of one employer, one career, one path are ending. Diversification is survival. 4. Focus on owning platforms, not just participating in them. Be the person who builds the systems AI runs on, not just operates within them. 5. Cultivate your humanity. Ironic, right? In an age of artificial intelligence, your most valuable asset is authentic intelligence, emotional, spiritual, creative. We can help you do all of this in My AI Labs. The beautiful part nobody sees yet. Here's what I genuinely believe. We're heading toward a world with more human flourishing, not less. More time for family, more space for creativity, more opportunity for meaning, more capacity for the pursuits that actually make life worth living. But that beautiful future won't be equally distributed, not at first. The people who see it coming and position themselves accordingly, they'll thrive. The ones who cling to the old paradigm, hoping their current job description survives, they'll be the ones receiving the exit conversations. And here's the fork in the road. Accenture CFO Angie Park said, the restructuring will save more than $1 billion, which will be reinvested in our people and our business. Notice the language, our people, not all people, not the ones who got cut, the people who remain, the ones who adapted, the first movers. That's the fork in the road we're all facing right now. Adapt and move first, or wait and get left behind. My challenge to you, stop thinking about how to protect your current position. Start imagining what you could create in a world where AI handles 90% of what you currently do. What would you build? What problems would you solve? What value could you add that no machine ever will? That's not a job description, that's a life description. And it's the most important question you'll answer in the next 12 to 24 months. The automation revolution is here. Upskilling couldn't save 11,000 plus Accenture employees. But being a first mover, that's the only strategy that will work. The beautiful future awaits. Not for everyone, but for those brave enough to see what's coming and bold enough to run toward it instead of away. The question is, which side of history will you be on? Want to be the winner of the AI age and a first mover? Transform your skills with real AI knowledge today in our AI R&D labs. We go way beyond what I can cover in a 10-minute video. Specific frameworks, detailed training programs, and step-by-step systems for building a career in the AI economy. The AI revolution is creating the biggest job market transformation in history. The question isn't whether this will happen, it's already happening. Will you be positioned to benefit from it? Inside the labs, learn the exact systems my team and I are implementing right now that are delivering massive results for real businesses, including our own marketing at First Movers. Start your journey by walking through a customized pathway powered by AI. For a fraction of the price of what this level of coaching and live training should go for, I'm giving it all to you. Join us inside and learn more about the labs. Subscribe so you don't miss what comes next, because the changes coming in the next 12 months will dwarf what we've seen so far. Let's navigate this transformation together.